Hello everyone, today we'll start chapter 7. So 7.1 is tables. Okay, what is a table? A table consists of rows and columns in which data is listed in an organized way. And this will allow us to draw conclusions more easily. Okay, if your data was like these, it's just a bunch of numbers. What conclusion can we draw from these? It's very hard to draw a conclusion from a bunch of numbers, right? That's why we'll need tables. Next one, frequency table. A frequency table is a table that lists items and shows the number of times that the item appears or the items occur. Okay, example number 1. Consider the data below, these ones, that represent the number of sick days taken by each of 25 students in a semester at school. Okay, so these numbers represent the days that they were absent. So for example, the first student were absent for 8 days in this semester. And the second one were absent for 5 days. Now, our part A is to complete the frequency table. So how we do that is we'll read each row, see what the item is. So for example, our first row is saying that how many students were absent for 0 days. Now look for the data from these numbers. Well, we can see that we have one student that were absent for 0 days and another one. So in total, we have 2 students that were absent for 0 days. And then how about 1 day? Well, we have one student that was absent for 1 day and another one, 2 as well. And then we'll look for 2 days, 3 days, and etc. So for 2 days, we got 1, 2, 3, 3 of them. And then we'll do 4 days. I'll erase those and then do 4 days. Well, actually, I'll use different colors. 4, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So 4 students were absent for 4 days. Okay, and I skipped 3, I didn't know why, but let's do 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 students were absent for 3 days. And let's do 5. 1, 2, 2 students. And 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 students. And 7, 1, 2, 2 students. And last one is 8, 1. Okay, 1 student. Did we miss any numbers? No, we got all of them. Now let's calculate if that adds up to 25 because we know these are the number of students that were absent for each of the days. So if we add these up, that will have to be 25 because we know in the question that there are 25 students. So let me just quickly check. 2 plus 2, 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 5 is 12. 12 plus 4 is 16 plus 22 and then 24, 25. Yes, so that's 25. Okay. So when you add your frequency up, that will have to equal to the total. Okay, if it's not equal, that means you've missed a number. Okay, now first question, how many students missed 2 or less days in this semester? 2 or less, it means 2 or less means anywhere between 0 and 2. So in that case, we have 2 plus 2 plus 3. So this is 2 or less days. And so in total, we have 7 students. So 7 students were absent or missed 2 or less days in this semester. Okay, next question. How many students missed between 3 and 5 days in this semester? Okay, so this is 3 days, this is 5 days. So between 3 and 5 days, we have, so between 3 and 5 days, that we have 5 plus 4 plus 2, so 11 students. What percent of students were absent for more than 5 days? More than 5 days. So more than 5 days does not include 5 days. So that would be these 3 rows. So that's more than 5 days. So I have 4 plus 2 plus 1. So we have a total of 7 students that were absent for more than 5 days. But the question is not looking for the number of students, it's looking for the percentage. Now remember how we can calculate percent? Percent is equal to, let's recall, percent is equal to part over whole times by 100%. And so this is, part is the number of students that were absent. So that will be 7. Whole will be the total number of students. So that's 25 and times by 100%. So 7 divided by 25 times by 100%. This is 28%. Okay. All right, let's move on to the next example. So the next example here is not a frequency table anymore. It's a table that has all the information about the continents in the world. Okay. So the first row here is the information for the world. Let me just highlight that. This is the world. That's why everything is 100%, because that's the total. Okay, so the total area of the world is 57.3 million square kilometers. And the total population in this world is 2.8 billion people. Okay, and that's the total, that's why it's 100%. Okay, so first question, which region of the world has the largest landmass? Well, what does largest landmass mean? Well, landmass is talking about the area of the region. Area of the region or area of the continent. So which region or which continent of the world has the most landmass or most area? Well, you can see that the area is listed from the highest to the lowest. So the most area or the biggest area will be Asia. Okay, question B. What is the least populated continent? Least populated. So it's talking about population. So this is talking about population. So just want to see which continent has the smallest population or fewest number of people. Well, this column is about population. Which one has the lowest number of the smallest number? Well, if you read the data, you can see that this one here, it's 0. So that's the lowest. And this one is Antarctica. So Antarctica. All right. That's our second question. Now the third question is, what is the population density of Africa? Well, what is population density? How is it calculated? Well, it's actually written here. Population density is equal to population divided by square kilometers. So let's write that down. So population density is equal to the population, the number of people, divided by kilometers square or square kilometers. Let's do square kilometers actually. Now, we're looking for Africa. So where's Africa? Africa is here, this row. Okay. And so we want to have two set of data. One is population and one is the area, so we can get population density. So the population here is 1.1. But keep in mind, it's not 1.1 people, it's 1.1 billions of people. So when you do population, you cannot just write 1.1. You have to write 1.1 billion. And how do I change 1.1 billion to the numbers, the actual numbers? Well, we need to multiply 1.1 by a billion. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 1.1 times a billion will be 1.1 billion. Okay. Now, area is 11.6. Well, again, it's not 11.6 square kilometers. It's 11.6 millions of square kilometers. So let's write down 11.6 times a million because it's million square kilometers. We'll write people, write the unit. Okay. So for that question, I'll let you use a calculator actually for this chapter. So this is about 95 people. About 95 people per square kilometers. And so that's our population density. So this is saying for each square kilometer of area, there are 95 people. Okay. Yeah, so that's it for today's lesson. The homework is listed up here. You just need to do all the odd number questions.